Welcome everyone. There's an app for that. This is an Atlassian, so it's a bit of a collaboration. Really, it's Ash and Kit have started this off, and I've been asked to host this one. So my name's Jeff Mether. I'm from the Canberra Atlassian community. So we're co-hosting today, but it's really the Brisbane event, and others have jumped on board. So yeah, this is a series that are running. So I know there's a number I'll pick up as time goes on. You might want to avoid those in the future, depending on how this one goes. But in any case, today we've got Hayley Rod who's joining us. But Ash and Kit, have we done that photo? Did you want to do a photo, or do you want to? Yeah. So so just for everyone, it's been recorded. Yes, if you don't consent to being recorded, please leave. But it'd be really great if you can put on your camera and we can just do a quick little photo there for a website, blog, or whatever it might be for Ash. Yeah, one of those things.
All right, great. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So coordinated, say hi, wave your hands, thumbs up, something of that nature. Awesome.
Excellent.
So
Done.
Thanks everyone. So look, really it's Hayley's going to be the star of this one. So Hayley's senior partner manager for Easy Agile, very shy person. So she will, we'll have to try and pry out some answers. But Hayley, perhaps you could give a little brief intro about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Hey everyone, really awesome to be here, and especially talking to people in Australia. So as Jeff mentioned, I am Hayley and from a company called Easy Agile. So we actually make apps for Atlassian's Jira, and we've got our CEO here and our two co-founders. They cut their teeth on Jira back in the day with Atlassian, and now they were using the product, building the product, and while they were doing that, they thought, hey, there's probably a market here. There's probably some gaps or some places that we can insert Easy Agile or create an app, and that's where Easy Agile was born. So I've been in the company for about 3 years almost, and it's been a fantastic journey so far. A little bit about Easy Agile. We've got about 150,000 users across the world, and some of the names or the brands that you'd recognize, like Vodafone, Rolex, Cisco, Bosch. We've got some really large companies using our products, and I guess we're pretty proud that we can do that all from a place called Wollongong, which is just south of Sydney in Australia. We've got a team today of about 50 odd people, and we have 4 apps on the Atlassian marketplace. And Jeff and I are going to do a bit of a Q&A. I really encourage you to jump in, ask questions as well. Hopefully I'll get to show you a little bit about our product and why we invest so much time in them, and why people love them across the world. And thanks to Kit, who was always a wonderful advocate, and of course Jeff as well, who's always a wonderful advocate of Easy Agile's products. But I think what we really pride ourselves on is what's in the name, like easy. We make Agile easy for companies across the world, and hopefully you'll get a bit of a flavor for that as we walk through some of the products as well. And yeah, as I said, please ask questions and stop Jeff or I. So yeah, thank you Kit, can validate. Awesome. All right, thanks Jeff.
Yeah, great. Thanks Hayley for that. So so Australian-based company exporting this product. A lot of your clients are outside of Australia, which is, I know we've touched base about trying to actually speak to people in the same time zone, and how wonderful that is.
Yes.
But anyway, so can you give us a little bit? You've mentioned the 4 apps there. How about you could sort of talk about what those apps are, and perhaps why they're easy, and why
cool.
And I think one of the things is, and maybe this is a follow-up for later, but I'll just place it in your mind now around how you come up with the app ideas, to actually go, well, this is something that you feel is helpful for people in the Agile space.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, we have, and I'm just gonna, while we're talking, I'm gonna drop into the chat. I'm not a super great user of Team, but I'm going to drop into the chat. If anyone wants to have a look at the product and actually have a play around with it, we have a public demo instance. I've just popped it in the chat. If you're familiar with Jira, the user interface and the use of the app probably is pretty similar, because we often get customers saying, oh, we didn't realize we weren't in Jira anymore, and they didn't even know that they were using an app. So yeah, what are our products? So we have 4 on the marketplace, as I mentioned, and we do primarily sell to companies outside of Australia. We do have quite a number of Australian companies as well, but you know, they are the big banks and insurance and things like that. So the first product that we've got is called Easy Agile Team Rhythm, and that was our flagship product, or is our flagship product. Has the largest number of users on it. It was previously called User Story Mapping, or Easy Agile User Story Maps, and it's really it's a, you know, we say it's a user-friendly solution that helps teams visualize, plan, and manage the work inside of Jira. And it's a really, I might share my screen actually as I talk, because that's probably a good idea. It's a really user-friendly product, and this is it. This is the public demo instance. And primarily the use cases are for sprint planning, backlog refinement, user story mapping, and we've also added a retrospectives feature as well to this product. So yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a really simple product, drag and drop. We're taking your information from your team's Jira board and we're visualizing it in a really in a different way, but it's using that story map. So we've got your Jira epics here, which are the backbone of the product, and then you've got your Jira stories that sit underneath that. And so these stories are aligned to the epics down the columns, and it's really about helping the team visualize all their work within Jira, and they can arrange them into the sprints. So you've got sprints 2 and 3. If we go down the page, we've got the different sprints. I just haven't added any stories to them yet. And then you've got stories that aren't ready to be put. The demo gods aren't favoring me today. This is a bit of a mess, but then you've also got stories that don't have are not scheduled in a sprint yet, and you can actually just drag and drop them into the sprint, just like I did then. And you can move the stories around. So yeah, I mean, it's a really visual tool, drag and drop feature. Anything that you change, any alterations that you make to your Jira tickets, for instance, if you edit them. Yeah, Jira, the demo gods are not being super friendly. You know, you can edit your tickets here. You can add a new story task or a bug, but you can add it directly into this product, and it will actually be it will actually reflect back on your Jira backlog. So yeah, this is our flagship product, as I mentioned. And we've also recently added, or not so recently, probably in the last year, we've added an initiatives level as well that sits above the epic level, to really help the teams focus on, like, what are they doing, and how does that level up to the company level initiatives as well. So that's Easy Agile Team Rhythm. We've also got a product called Easy Agile Programs. Is anyone here, or Jeff? You're familiar with SAFe, right?
Yep.
Yep. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you reckon?
Look, we support a number of different frameworks.
Okay. All right. It's giving the diplomatic approach. Yeah, got it. So yeah, we've also got a product called Easy Agile Programs, and that's our PI planning solution. And again, the demo instance is not loving me today. This is silly. This is what you get when you hold on, I think it's over here. All right, here we go. It's 2023. But we're actually taking different teams' Jira boards and putting them onto the Easy Agile program roadmap. We're looking at an increment here. So an increment might be a quarter, and then you're looking at the sprints. You've got your team boards. So, this is a marketing creative team board, a billing platform team board within Jira. And then we're looking at the epics, and we're also looking at the dependency lines. And I guess if we dig down into the team board, I can run you through a bit more of these, but again, you can pull items off your backlog and drop them straight in. So we've got that drag and drop functionality, and you can also create dependencies as well, which people love. So I guess that's our high level PI planning board.
So I'll just say that is so powerful, that visual color indicator with the strings. Because you can see there you just dragged it to the right, it then showed basically because of the color, it didn't go green anymore, it became an amber color, so it might be more at risk in regards to that. So that's just really sort of quite powerful in just an indicator to people about how you can see the green, which way, it could be that you've got your dependency wrong, but it depends on how you want it. So anyway, that I think is just so powerful. Yeah,
and so I guess when we think about Easy Agile programs in reference to others in the market who do this, the dependency lines are really powerful, but I guess the thing that we want to call out with the dependency lines is that it's an opportunity to have a conversation with, we've created a dependency line between two stories here, but we can also, again, the demo instance is not being nice to me, but you can also create dependency lines between teams. And when you look at dependency lines between teams, that's a good opportunity to say, hey, billing platforms team, you've got a dependency with the space travel website team. How can we, and it's at risk because it's yellow. So as Jeff said, yellow signifies that there's a risk there. A piece of work, for instance, has been scheduled in the same sprint, and therefore it's a risk. And it's about creating that conversation between the two teams so they can have really fruitful conversations around taking away the dependency or mapping the work differently, or what's the workaround. So it's about that conversation starter. And there are other products that do this as well, but I think our key difference is that with Easy Agile programs, it can be set up, and I don't know if you've ever set it up, Jeff, or if you've ever set it up, Kit, but we've heard customers set it up like a week before they start their big room planning, and they literally, actually, Kit, I know you've got a story around this.
It was literally that.
Tell us.
I was finishing for reasons that were not to do with them not liking me. Obviously, they would have loved to keep me longer, but I was finishing and they needed a solution. So we said, install Easy Agile programs. We didn't even install it. The next week they did their PO planning, and whatever you think about PO planning, they did it, and it got them to a useful plan afterwards as well, and minimal help. I think they gave us one email with some of the e-learning. So it was very easy, as the name implies.
Awesome. Good to hear. So
I will just give you one there, Hayley, and for others. So for a program, there was about 200 people involved in it. We had people in helping out with the program office, and it was in the middle of delivery, and we had going every 2-week sprints, and we wrote a heck of a lot of filters in regards to how can we pull out those dependencies between different teams, and for this sprint or for future sprints. And we were trying, please, can you just implement this product? Because it will visually give it to you rather than us writing these queries, and you're paying us a lot to do it, and you need script runner to actually get that report to write those filters. They were, yeah. Anyway, it turns out for them, though, it was easier to pay consultants than it was to pay for an app. But anyway,
Wow.
yes, yeah, that's unfortunately the way it is. So we've got some. I'm just gonna have a quick scan here of the chat.
Sure.
So there's a couple of questions here. Just about to ask about the dependency lines between the teams. Thanks for covering that. Great, glad. Okay, so Lisa's asked, are the tickets connected normally? So they're connected from a point of view that there are a link between the two different issues. So it could be.
Sorry, I can't hear you, Jeff.
Anyone? Is it just? Can you hear me, Ash? Thumbs up. Yeah.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. So, yep. Haley, you there? So Haley's not there. So I'm going to keep dribbling. So it is just basically a link. So it could be depends on, is dependent on by, or you can create your own. So yeah, it will just create those links in the standard way it's done in Jira, the issue linking. But yeah, if it's of the right linking type, easy Agile programs will present it. Haley, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know.
I was going to say
happened.
it's going to get very boring if I keep dribbling. So so hopefully that's helped Lisa. Do you start and stop a sprint from the same board as you need to go to the backlog? And that was from Samira. I'm assuming that's on the programs one. So do you?
On Easy Agile programs?
Yeah. So do you start the sprints in the standard way, or do you all start the sprints using a button on Easy Agile programs? I've got to admit, I can't recall.
So if we're talking about Easy Agile programs, all the teams' sprints have to align. And this is something that actually some of our customers do struggle with our product. So I'll call it out. And if this is what the question is getting to, but like say if you're a marketing team and a HR team and you're both using Easy Agile programs, in reality, you're probably not, but I'm just using those examples. But, and you're running on two different sprint cadences, it's Easy Agile programs is not going to allow you to create dependencies between those two teams because the sprints don't line up. So everyone has to start on, say, the 1st of July for sprint, like sprint 1 has to start on the 1st of July for everyone, for example, or whatever the date is, but they all have to align on the dates of the start and the end of the sprints. And do you start the sprints? You don't. Let me have a look. I'm just thinking. You do press start sprint in Easy Agile Team Rhythm. So that's why I was wondering if that was about Easy Agile Team Rhythm, Jeff.
Yeah, I think it was around the Easy Agile programs, but we've got someone, so Samira that asked that question. I'll see if Samira's written anything more.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, go on. Sorry. Hi. Actually, why I asked this question, because I was wondering if it is really one-to-one relation to the backlog that we are usually using. Let's say if these sprints are kind of labels on the usual backlog that like these sprints don't actually exist. I have never used this tool. That's why I'm asking. So
yeah. So
if the question is very naive, please.
No, that's all right. So you're saying is a sprint inside the Easy Agile programs the same as the standard sprint, or is it a different sort of construct? I guess, and it's the same. Yeah. It's the same sprint.
Yeah.
So technically, it should be also possible to just click on a button here and just to start the sprint.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so you can,
Okay.
if you're talking about Easy Agile Team Rhythm, is it the product I'm looking at right now that I'm sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can start and complete the sprint from within this within Easy Agile Team Rhythm. So yeah, we've got a button at the top of each sprint, and so now I can start sprint 2. You've got your dates here that you can choose from. If you wanted to insert a sprint goal as well, you can do that. Sprint goal is to be awesome. And that actually is sitting there as a sprint goal, and then you can press complete sprint once it's done in that week's time or 2 weeks, whatever the sprint cadence is that you're using.
Sorry, Samira, were you trying just to say anything else then? Didn't quite hear. No?
No?
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Oh, sorry. I thought you might have been saying something that we didn't capture. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, that was it. I got the answer. Thank you.
Yep, no worries. Okay, so I'm just going through here for any other questions that have come through.
I had one question, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
These two have some dashboard for the PMO, or for example, for the project manager to track the advance of the project, but sometimes we have project managers, they don't know the Jira tools or they don't have experience in the Agile field, and they only want to use a focus dashboard when they can see all the information related to the project. Do you have something like this?
So it wasn't 100% clear on the audio coming through, but I'm just wondering, is this around PMO reporting in regards to the program level, or to the for the sort of team rhythm for the individual teams? Is that a question in regards to both, or just one of those products?
No, a dashboard. Can you hear me better?
Yeah. So yeah, dashboard for the PMO.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're going for a tour soon, Hayley, with another another app marketplace vendor, and perhaps around the reporting integration with those tools.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have any reporting in Easy Agile products today. And when it comes to Easy Agile programs, that PI planning, big room solutions space, it's definitely a space that we are, considering around how we expand into, because it's a gap that our customers do want us to fill. But it has been, we do have an integration with EasyBI. If you know that reporting tool, let me just bring up the exact reports that we can do with EasyBI. It might be of interest to you. But yeah, we are kind of leaning on other marketplace partners that we do integrations with to help on that specific front. Is there specific? So you said a PMO dashboard.
Exactly.
Is something of interest to you?
Yes. As a PMO, as a project manager, as a team lead, for example, I can use some kind of dashboard to track the advance of the project, the status of the project, how was the last week, indicator, KPI, OKRs, all the indicators related to the project. All tools I can use to track the project, the advance, to track the delays, to see the risk.
Okay, yeah. So currently we're working on a few use cases with EasyBI in particular. So we're looking at burn downs for increments. So that might be like, total story points for all user stories, tasks, or bugs at the team level. And when we say team, we mean a board in Jira. A burn up for increment. So yeah, like something like total story points for all users, stories, tasks, and bugs. and a history of story points added to an increment. So we're talking about like scope of work to maintain WIP and things like that, or to look historically at WIP, and then an epic status report as well. So I don't know.
It sounded like that you're might be interested in from a project and a program, project and team report on what the risks and issues might be tracking as well as other stuff. So one of the things which is great about the Atlassian platform is that there's so much out of the box, but you can configure a lot yourself, and you might also grab some app vendors products to do. So from a risk perspective, there's either create it yourself with your own risks, etc., risk and issue types. But there's also plugins such as Soft Comply. It got a number of different risk products. There's other ones, Easy Risk Manager, and various different ones where you get the one which suits you best. But that in combination with the work with the apps from Easy Agile give you ways of managing the work that you want. It's because I don't think you've got a risk component in any of your products, Hayley. That's correct, isn't it? You don't know. Yeah.
No.
But then you use a product like Easy BI or Tempo have got some risk. Sorry, not risk. Tempo have got a couple of different things going on. A bit of sirens going on in Canberra. That's a bit of a novel event. But yeah, so it looks more like a something which isn't specific to Easy Agile that can help you out with. But a tool like Easy BI should be able to pull that information out and help present it. Another thing to consider there is using Confluence pages with those and pulling those risks and those issues for a reporting period to be able to present those as well. We often find that works well, and I'll give another plug for another product to export some really nice Word documents and sort of with branding on them and stuff, and that's K15T's scroll word exporter and PDF exporter. We use them for generating content from Confluence. Anyway, so it's what is your whole workflow? Because quite a few people at PMOs and the executive don't necessarily like going into Confluence, unfortunately. So we look at and people go create PowerPoint slides and other things with content. That's something we're going. But we might go back in then to hone in on some other questions that came up. There was one there, last one. So another question here about actually the iterations or the sprints and how they're, so you've got so six sprints or however many you might have in your PI. How or program increment can one of those be longer than the others? So it might be 2, then 3 weeks. I'm just not sure about that. No, it's all going to be uniform.
Yeah, it's got to be uniform. I think that's and that is another thing that we've had feedback on previously from our customers, and it's something we're actively working on. Like, say when you've got Christmas holidays coming up, where you've got public you've got holidays that can actually create.
So Amrita, would you?
Yeah, I think she was just unmuted.
Oh, right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I know that can be a tricky part of using our product, in that, you kind of have to have a certain cadence, and when you do have holidays and time off, it can be difficult to schedule a sprint. But we just, we've got different workarounds for customers, but currently they all have to be sort of in the similar cadence.
Yep. Okay. So there's a couple of comments in there that people have made. So I'm just giving little ticks when I've gone through them. That doesn't mean that you're going to be happy with the answer. It just means that we've gone through. I do understand. Okay, no worries. There was a but I think that's a point that I'm seeing here. Is there any the best way to give feedback to the product managers for Easy Agile? So if people have got feedback on the product or feature requests, what's the best way of actually providing that?
Yeah, I can maybe so people have if people have direct feedback, usually we would just say, you know, create a support ticket, and I can send you the support queue, and then we have some of obviously we have our team on it, and they can upvote, downvote, give people an idea of when that feature or that change is on the roadmap for the products. So yeah, that's probably how best to do it, and I can drop that email address into our chat if you like.
That would be great. I think it's worthwhile so that people can actually know that you're interested in the feedback, and if they've got a mechanism of doing so, that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's how we make most of our changes, right? Like this work that we've recently done with Easy BI is off the back of having customers request opportunity to report or opportunities to create reports in Easy Agile programs. And you know, sometimes we don't want them to have to wait months for our development cycle, and there's a quicker way to do it through integrations with partners like Easy BI. So you know, that's where that opportunities come from, out of our customer feedback. And so if people have feedback, I've just dropped the support email address in there. It's just support@Easy Agile.
Great, excellent. I'm just seeing. Okay, so a lot of the other comments back and forth are in regards to that discussion about sprint length, etc. So I think we'll let people have that side comment. So Hayley, you've taken us through a very high level about two of the products. Did you want to take us through the other two products?
Sure. So I'll give a caveat. We are doing I don't often talk about our other two products. Personas, we have a product called Easy Agile Personas. It's a fairly basic product in which you can create a persona, but and you know, all the things that are in a persona, but it's really about integrating this persona into Easy Agile Team Rhythm. So if we go back into Easy Agile Team Rhythm, you can actually, let me have a look. You can actually bring in your personas here, and oh, that's your assignee, sorry. Gosh, it's been a while since I've had to talk about Easy Agile Personas because we just don't do a lot of work for it, but I'm pretty, because, yeah, let me have a look. Pardon me. So here we go. This is where the integration, so it was mostly built to be a product that integrated with Easy Agile Team Rhythm. And once you set up those personas, you can actually create filters around those personas. So if you're working towards doing some, if you really want to help the team focus on, say, work that's really going to empower the Scrum Master, then you can focus the tickets, your epics, to really help the team understand what's the persona that they're helping with this work. So it's bringing in that persona-led work. So that's a really easy product. And then sorry, were you going to say anything, Jeff?
Just from a point of view of, I will say we did look at using it at one point for a project we were delivering for a client, but they didn't want to go the easier. It was funny, they were after personas, and they said, "Oh, that sounds really good," but they didn't want to do the team rhythm. We ended up just uninstalling the app, and because you can't use it, you're not getting the value out of it. So we found another way of doing it, but just being able to focus in on this persona is who we're really focusing on for this sprint, and these are all the ones, or what are we doing for that user base, that type of user, etc. It's quite useful. But yeah.
And then we've got a product called Easy Agile roadmaps. And so Easy Agile Roadmaps is really what it says it is. It's a road mapping tool. And this is actually we're not bringing in different team boards, but we're helping the teams organize their epics according to work streams. So they can drag and drop epics. And just like in all our other products, you know, it's a really easy user interface, and they're actually they can create easy roadmaps depending on like what streams of work they're doing. So, you know, we've just added the add support for teams larger than 20 people under the health and safety stream of work, and then you can drag and drop it over anywhere. And so I mean, it's really just taking your epics and representing them in this roadmap, and you can also create markers as well. So if you wanted to add a date marker, you know, like we've got Team 24. I think this is actually looking at a period that was last year. So I'm going to go back. Not that Team 24 is in the 4th month, but so yeah, we've just added this date marker here, and you can create a new theme as well. So I was saying streams, but it's actually themes. So you can create a new theme to organize your work. I've just created this health and safety theme, and you can create a Jira epic as well. So this is a product that is getting a lot of work done to it. We've got our co-founder working hard on this product as well, but and how that will integrate with Easy Agile programs. So, you know, we talk about Easy Agile programs is really great representing the work of teams, but what's happening at that higher level, and we still have a lot of customers who do want a roadmap for how that they can present to, you know, executive level around what's happening, but to keep it pretty high level. So yeah, there's a lot of work going on with this, and I think if you revisit this product in 6 months, it'll look very different. But currently, that's basically what it does. It's just your Jira epics, and it's putting it on a roadmap and putting it into themes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Now we've sort of gone over the products, and I think that's really, really helpful. So there was a question: what's the difference between Jira roadmaps and Easy Agile roadmaps?
Jira roadmaps. Do you know much about Jira roadmaps, Jeff?
Yeah, so we've got the roadmaps for the individual projects, but also advanced roadmaps that were plans, etc. I'll be frank, I haven't really been on the tools a lot in the recent years. So I'm the CEO of Together. We're Atlassian partners. And so I do deep dives on individual bits of work, but I'm more sitting at the strategy for the teams, etc., rather than day-to-day delivery. So I'm less involved in different ones. But for some products, I do a deep dive, but I just haven't done a deep dive in the comparison of those. So try them out. But there might be in your partner pages, Hayley, something about the differences as well as comparative. Yeah.
We have comparatives more when it comes to Easy Agile programs and advanced roadmaps.
Yeah, right.
Because we do get a lot of customers say, like, why would I use Easy Agile programs instead of advanced roadmaps?
Yep.
And here we go. Kit said something. So we don't often get, but I think, you know, it's a space that we will have to, as we develop Easy Agile roadmaps and as we put more development effort in, I think that's a comparison that's going to come up. And to be honest, I don't have the answer for you right now on that because, as I said, it's been a bit of work. There hasn't been a lot of work put into Easy Agile roadmaps for a little while. So, yeah.
So I think we're going to ignore Kit's comment because he just corrected me and said that advanced roadmaps is now plans and times, which are for single teams. So yeah, timelines now. So there has been some changing of names in recent years. Okay, so there's a comment there as well. So I'm going to keep going. I was really interested in your compliance there, Hayley. Easy Agile has been doing a lot of work in regards to compliance of the apps, in regards to different standards from security perspective, etc. Can you just sort of explain some of maybe the importance for that and why you've decided to go down that path?
Yeah, sure. So I think, you know, a little while ago we did something called, oh gosh, what was it called? Atlassian are consistently trying to tell the story around how apps are, obviously they're telling the story around cloud. We all know that. There's big push to move to cloud, and some customers have, there's hurdles around moving to cloud because of security concerns, trust concerns, whatever it might be. And Atlassian are bringing apps along the journey to make sure that we're all leveling up when it comes to trust and security. And so, I think that the message definitely comes down from Atlassian around the security standards that we need to meet, and where our focus should be when it comes to certifications. But at the same time, our customers, because we do have large enterprise customers using our products, they also have, we're seeing a greater focus on trust and security within those customers as well. And so they're asking us to complete compliance questionnaires frequently. And they're, on the path to purchase, they're saying, are you SOC 2 certified? Do you have certifications X, Y, and Z? And so I think there was this Atlassian information coming down the line to say, hey, enterprise customers moving to cloud find different certifications really important. If you want to be part of their journey to cloud, you need to start to think about what's your stance when it comes to trust and security. And then, as is mentioned, we've got our customers also asking us to level up our trust and security. So in the past year, or maybe it's been longer, we've worked consistently on bringing up our security standard. We recently were granted SOC 2 Type 1 certification, and that's a compliance standard that enterprise customers find important. Jeff, do you know much about SOC 2?
So no, I don't.
All right.
Look, these are all numbers and they all make a lot of sense, but I just will say, like, from a point of view, they mean something. We would do a lot of work with the Australian government, so IRAP assessment, and that comes down to the Information Security Manual, or PSPF. There's Australian standards for this, just like there are for FedRAMP, etc. So from a point of view of there's ones that exist out there for generally, which are standards, and then there's ones for different sectors. So because I'm based in Canberra, and I used to work for government for quite a bit, doing running a PMO and doing whole of government procurement and various different things. So yes, if you look out our window, you can see Parliament House. We really pay a lot of attention to that for when we do a review of any app, etc. For a client, we do look, and Atlassian is improving the game here on their products all the time, and that comes back from they'll prioritize things as you have based on market. So anyway, now look, we've just come down to 4:15. And I do want to be invited back by Kit and Ash to do another one. So why don't we end it there? And thank everyone for attending. Hayley, looking forward to golf over in Las Vegas. And for Kit's birthday, that's right. That's the thing.
That's the big birthday party, the big bash.
Sounds awesome. If other people are going to Las Vegas for Atlassian's Team 24 conference, feel free to reach out to any of us. I think the 4, Kit, Ash, Hayley and I will be there. Hayley will have a booth.
Yes, we will.
I'll be hanging out at the coffee shop.
We'll be at booth number 72. So we're giving away like a cool prize. We've got heaps of merch. We've got a giant koala. So yeah, please stop by if you are there and say g'day.
So a little hint, quite often at these conferences, the prizes are given at the end of the day. So hang out and go visit a booth, such as Adaptivist booth. I was there last year and I got a speaker.
Cool.
Because I was there at the end of the day and they asked a question because they were pulling out business cards and no one was there, and someone else, you guys might know, Carolyn Allen, she was there. She got a virtual headset from as well, because there was only about 10 people there at the booth at the end of the day and no one was there with the business who dropped their business card in, so they're asking questions.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, I will say that speaker doesn't work though. So
okay.
Anyway, thanks everyone.
Thanks
really
everyone.
Appreciate the questions, the engagement, and Haley.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you again. Bye.
Awesome. See you soon. Bye everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.